There's a birthday most people quietly look forward to. 65, the year Medicare finally kicks in. The year your health coverage is supposed to get simpler and cheaper. But hidden inside that birthday is a deadline. And if you miss it, you can end up paying more for your health coverage every single month for the rest of your life. Not a one-time fee, not a penalty that goes away after a while. A higher premium month after month for as long as you live. It's one of the most expensive mistakes in all of retirement, and the cruelest part is how avoidable it is if you understand the rules before the clock runs out. So today, let's walk through the Medicare mistake at 65 that quietly raises your premiums for life, and exactly how to sidestep it. One quick note before we start. This is general information, not medical, insurance, or financial advice. The rules have real exceptions, and I'll point you to free, official help at the end. All right, let's get into it. Medicare doesn't just open the door whenever you feel like walking through it. It gives you a specific window called your initial enrollment period. It's 7 months long, and it's built around your 65th birthday, the 3 months before the month you turn 65, your birthday month itself, and the 3 months after. That's your on-time window. Sign up inside it, and you're fine. Blow past it without a valid reason, and you don't simply wait for the next chance. You can get penalized for the rest of your life. Let me make that window concrete, because the timing is exactly what trips people up. Say your birthday falls in June. Your 7-month window opens in March, 3 months before, runs through June, and closes at the end of September. Sign up in those first 3 months before your birthday, and your coverage can start the very month you turn 65, with no gap at all. But wait until the last stretch of the window, and your coverage can be pushed back by a month or two. So even inside the on-time window, earlier is genuinely better. It's the difference between coverage that's ready the day you need it, and coverage that shows up late. And at this stage of life, a gap in medical coverage is not a gap you want to gamble on. To see where the mistake lives, you need to know that Medicare comes in parts. Part A is your hospital coverage, and for most people it's premium-free, because you already paid for it through your payroll taxes over a working lifetime. Generally, 10 years of work earns it. So signing up for Part A at 65 is a no-brainer. There's no cost to you. Part B is different. Part B covers your doctor visits, outpatient care, and the everyday medical side of things, and it has a monthly premium. In 2026, that standard premium is $202.90 a month, and Part B is exactly where the expensive mistake happens. Here's the rule. If you don't sign up for Part B when you're first eligible, and you don't have other qualifying coverage, you get hit with a late enrollment penalty. It's 10% added to your Part B premium for each full 12-month period you could have had Part B but didn't. And it isn't temporary. That penalty sticks to your premium for as long as you have Part B, which for most people means the rest of their life. Let me make it concrete. Say you put off Part B for 2 years without a valid reason. That's a 20% penalty, permanently. On a premium of about $203, 20% is roughly $40 extra every single month. And because the penalty is a percentage, it grows right along with the premium as it rises over the years. Wait longer, and the penalty only climbs. There's a second version of the same trap on the prescription drug side. Medicare drug coverage is called Part D, and it has its own late penalty. It's calculated as 1% of what's called the National Base Beneficiary Premium. That's $38.99 in 2026, times the number of full months you went without proper drug coverage. So if you went, say, 30 months with no drug plan and no other creditable coverage, that's about 30% of $38.99, or roughly $12 extra a month. It sounds small, but just like the Part B penalty, it's added to your premium for life, even if you switch plans later. These penalties are designed to never let go. And here's the part that catches healthy people off guard. That drug penalty applies even if you don't take a single medication right now. Medicare doesn't wait until you're sick to start the clock. If you go without proper drug coverage after your window closes, the months are counting against you whether you ever filled a prescription or not. That's exactly why a lot of people sign up for even a bare-bones, low-cost Part D plan the moment they're eligible. Not because they need it yet, but because it quietly stops that penalty from ever beginning. A few dollars a month now can head off a surcharge that would follow you for the rest of your life. Now, here's the exception that a lot of people count on, and the trap hidden inside it. If you're still working at 65, or your spouse is, and you have health insurance through that current employer, you're allowed to delay Part B without any penalty. When that job coverage eventually ends, Medicare gives you a special enrollment period to sign up, penalty-free. That's completely legitimate, and it's common, but here's what catches people. COBRA coverage and retiree coverage do not count as current employer coverage. This is the mistake that costs people the most. They retire, they keep their old insurance through COBRA or a retiree plan, and they think, I've still got coverage, I'm fine, so they skip Part B. But in Medicare's eyes, that isn't coverage from a job you're actively working, so the penalty clock has been running the whole time. If the insurance isn't tied to a job you or your spouse currently go to, you are not protected. It helps to understand why skipping Part B hurts twice. It's not only the penalty. During any stretch that you don't have Part B and don't have real employer coverage, you also have a hole in your medical insurance. So a single doctor visit or outpatient procedure could land entirely on you. So the person who skips Part B to save the premium is often exposed to a big bill in the moment and signing up for a permanent surcharge later. You pay now and you pay forever. That's the opposite of what you were trying to do. It also helps to know that Part B is genuinely a good deal, which is part of why skipping it makes so little sense. The premium you pay only covers about a quarter of what your Part B coverage actually costs. The federal government picks up roughly the other 3/4. So when you turn down Part B on time, you're not just risking a penalty later, you're walking away from one of the most heavily subsidized pieces of health coverage you'll ever be offered. For the vast majority of people who don't have active employer coverage, taking Part B at 65 is simply the right move. And what if you're watching this thinking you may have already missed your window? Don't panic, there's a path back. Medicare has a general enrollment period every year, from January 1st through March 31st, when you can still sign up, and coverage now starts the first of the month after you enroll. A late penalty may still apply, but getting enrolled stops the clock from running up any further and closes that dangerous gap in your coverage. The sooner you act, the less it costs you. Missing the ideal window is a setback, not a dead end. There's one more wrinkle, and it ties directly to a decision we've talked about before on this channel. If you're already collecting Social Security before you turn 65, Medicare usually enrolls you in Part A and Part B automatically. One less thing to forget. But if you delayed your Social Security, which, as we've covered, is often a smart move to get a bigger check, then you are not auto-enrolled. You have to sign yourself up for Medicare, and that's exactly where the people who delay Social Security get bitten. They're waiting on their Social Security checks, they assume Medicare is waiting right along with them, and they sail straight past the 7-month window. Medicare at 65 and Social Security are two separate decisions, on two separate clocks. So how do you get this right? It's actually simple once you know what you're looking at. First, mark that 7-month window around your 65th birthday. It's the most important date on your retirement calendar that nobody circles. Second, if you don't have health coverage through a job you or your spouse currently work, then enroll in Part B and pick a Part D drug plan during that window. Don't wait, don't assume, don't let it drift. Third, if you are still working and you do have real employer coverage, get it confirmed in writing that it counts as creditable. And remember that COBRA and retiree plans do not. And fourth, no matter what you decide about Social Security, treat Medicare as its own separate deadline at 65. And here's the reassuring part. You do not have to figure this out alone, and you don't have to pay anyone to get it right. Medicare.gov lays out the official rules in plain language. Every single state has a free counseling service called SHIP, the State Health Insurance Assistance Program, with trained counselors who will walk you through your enrollment at no cost, with nothing to sell you. And Social Security handles the actual sign-up for Part A and Part B. You can do it online at ssa.gov. Free help exists specifically so this deadline doesn't cost you. Because that's really the whole point. This penalty was built to be permanent, and that is exactly why the window matters so much. Get it right once, at 65, and you never have to think about it again. Miss it, and you quietly pay a little extra every month for the rest of your life, for no benefit at all. And I'd genuinely love to hear from you, because this deadline sneaks up on everyone a little differently. Are you coming up on 65? And what's your biggest question or worry about signing up for Medicare? Are you still working with employer coverage, sorting out COBRA, or helping a parent figure it out? Drop it in the comments. Honestly, reading how other people are navigating this exact window is one of the most useful parts of this whole channel, and your question might be exactly what someone else needed to see. If this cleared up the Medicare deadline for you, do me a quick favor and tap the like button. It genuinely helps other people coming up on 65 find this in time. And if you'd like more plain English videos on the money side of retirement, consider subscribing. Take care of yourself, and take care of your money.